Hi, I'm John McCann from Survivalresources. We have a new product and I thought I'd do a short video to introduce it. What we call these are Lightload survival towels. Very small items. We'll do a close-up on these in a minute here. These are extremely valuable for survival, for travel, for anything. You can fit these little Lightload towels in just about anything. Survival kits, first aid kits, toiletry kits, and they're very handy. They have a lot of different uses for them, and what I wanted to do was just go through a couple of these uses. They come in these small packages. As you can see, they're very small. This one is 12 inches by 12 inches. This one is 12 inches by 24 inches. When you take these out of the package, they're very compressed. What you get on the 12 by 12 is a towel about this size. Not about this size, you get a towel this size. It's 12 inches by 12 inches. And on the 12 by 24, you get a towel this size. Now these are very absorbent towels. These things will hold 90% their weight in water, which means these are great for drying off, getting water off of you. When I first looked at these, they come in these little packages and they say they're waterproof. And I wasn't too sure. I says, you know, it's just got a little bit of plastic over it and stuff. So the first thing I did was I got myself a nice cup of water and I took these things and I threw them in there like this. And we just soaked them around a while, pushed them up and down. And I said, you know, water's going to leak into these things and they're not going to be dry when you first want them. However, when you take them out of the water, dry them off a little bit, you see they're in perfect conditions. They haven't swelled, they haven't swollen up in any manner. They stay the same size. You can even carry these in your pocket, throw it in a jacket pocket. These are really handy. The little one, what I like about it is both of these actually make a great fire starter. These things are very good for lighting a fire with, and we're going to do a close-up on that in a minute also. This one here also has lots of uses. You can use this for first aid. You can use it to put a bandage on yourself or to hold the bandage on yourself. What I like about it, being it's long, is what you do is you take this and you tie them around your ankle early in the morning and you use them to collect dew. Like I say, these hold 90% their own weight in water. So you walk through a bunch of dew in the morning and you take these things, get back to camp, you wring them out, and you have yourself a lot of water just from walking through grass that has dew in it. You can use these things as a bandana. You could use them as a mask. There's a lot of different uses you can use for these, and what I like about them is they're so small. There's no reason not to carry a bunch of these things in your pack, in your pocket, first aid kit. Throw some in everything, your travel kit, toiletry kit. Very, very handy. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring the camera in a little bit closer, and we're going to show you how I can use one of these for a fire starter. Excuse me, we got mosquitoes everywhere here this morning. Okay, let's take a break. We're going to move the camera in, and I'm going to show you how, at least I find, the best way to light this with a spark-based fire. Okay, what we're going to do now, you can see is I've cut a piece off this with my knife. You just take it and cut a piece off. Now the reason why I cut a piece off when I use this as a fire starter is I don't want to waste the whole thing. This is still useful for other things. So you take a small piece like this, and what you do is you take it and you rub it with the side, with the blade of your knife. And the reason why I do this is I want to get some real fine fibers going here. I want to raise some fibers so that when I hit this with the ferro rod, it's going to, and don't rub this hard, you don't want to ruin the blade of your knife on a rock or anything like that. But all I'm really doing is roughing up fibers. As you can see here, this gives you some real fine fibers in here. And then you set it down and you have obviously all your stuff ready to go for a fire. This isn't a video about fire, but you all know to have your kindling and tinder and all this stuff set up and ready to go. Now you take this, as you can see, that started up very quickly with the spark. And these things burn very hot, and they burn quite a while. If you used a whole thing like this, you would have quite the start. Myself, all I need is initial flame because everything else is ready. All my tinder is built around here. So this makes a great little fire starter. The other thing you'll notice that when you put this in water, they become a lot softer. They become a lot softer, and that way you can use these things. You can wring these out. We'll wring it out on a fire here. And this becomes a nice soft little towelette. Really handy for a lot of different things. Well, there you have it. I don't want to belabor the issue. As you can see, these Lightload towels are really handy things to have in any type of a survival kit, first aid kit, travel kit. There's so many uses for these. We could go on, but use your imagination. You can see these things would be a really handy thing to have with you. Fire starter, bandana, dew collector. You can use these to dry off yourself. What I like about the packaging, even though it didn't seem to be when I first got them, these things are waterproof. So if you fall into the water, your canoe dumps over. When you get done, you open it up and you have yourself a dry towel to dry off with. Anyway, as always, thanks for joining us. Be sure to check out our other products on survivalresources.com. We thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you next time around.